Okay, so when I heard that ManyChat had a native integration with Google Sheets, so I thought like, okay, so that's pretty cool, right? So I went and just dig myself. I went to setting integrations, and I can see that this is where it's done, right? It's just a couple of click of buttons and you get it done. And again, I thought to myself, I can't believe people are charging like hundreds of dollars for doing this integration, right? And so the mistake was it's not um, they're not charging hundreds of dollars for activating the feature, right? Because what they're charging for are what you actually can do with this integration, right? So we're going to talk about like a couple of use cases in this video. So let me go ahead and share my screen. So I'm gonna share like a workflow that I have so I can see what's possible with the native integration from of Google Sheet with ManyChat. Now, before we go into that, so first thing to mention is that Google Sheet can be your own customer relationship management tool, also called a CRM. So basically, it's a tool that allows you to manage your leads, your customers. And there are a lot of third-party tools that you can use that are a little bit more sophisticated. But Google Sheet, if you're on a budget, you want to get started, it's more than enough to get started and have start collecting information about your leads and your customers, right? Now, what are the actions that are possible with the integration? So an important thing to mention, and I was surprised when I learned this, is that it's not a one-way street. You can actually send data from ManyChat to Google Sheets, but you can also do it the other way around, right? So let's say like you have like a few leads in your chatbot and you have collected like data from them, right? The obvious data that you can collect are going to be like name, phone number, email. But you can also collect like other interests that you can use to tag your users instead of ManyChat, right? So you can take that data and export it to Google Sheet. But again, you can go the other way around and extract data from the Google Sheet and send them to ManyChat. So we're going to see in a couple of use cases why this is important. And also it allows you to update data. So by updating data, I mean, like, let's say you already had like an entry in your Google Sheet for a particular customer, and then there's a data that changed. So the integration will allow you to update this existing entry in the spreadsheet without having to create another one, right? So I wanted to mention this before going over the use cases. Now, let's talk about like the use case for a minute. Now, the first thing is it allows you to have like a backup of your subscribers. Now, I come from an IT background, and having a backup of anything in all your IT system is extremely critical, right? And it's the same thing for anything that you're doing online, right? Like any activity that you're doing online, I mean, it's highly recommended that you have a backup because anything can happen, right? You don't know when you're gonna have like a failure, and you need to have like a backup. So it could be that the CRM tool that you're using has some issues, and then to prevent data loss, so you can use a Google Sheet to have a backup copy of all the information that you have on your subscribers, right? So this is one use case. Second use case is to create powerful personalized chatbots, right? So what do I mean by that? Personalized chatbots, in the beginning, I thought, all right, so maybe it's when someone enters a chatbot and then you're able to pick up some basic information like their first name and say, hey, Pascal, thank you for joining my program, blah, 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 right? So this is one personalization that you could do, but you can really go much deeper in in the personalization, right? So let's take a couple of examples. You might have, if you're in the restaurant industry, right? And then you have like, you're offering meals to your subscribers. You could offer like pizza and burger, right? But you can't select in advance. You can find out in advance that what kind of food that your subscriber like, right? If you're able to do a proper segmentation in the beginning of the process and figure out what is it that they like, that if you have a subscriber that likes pizza and you go ahead and offer them a burger, then chances are they're not going to buy, right? But if you properly tag your user with their interests, you know what they like, you know what they want, then you will be able to offer them exactly what they need based on their interest, right? So this is personalized chatbots. Enhance the user experience, right? Now, this goes hand in hand with the personalization. Now, we can take this like to another level by enhancing the user experience. So let me see if I can find an example for this. So say that you have a potential client, right? And then you have set up your chatbot correctly, and then you figure out what kind of budget they have to invest in training, for example, right? Let's say they have a budget of like $1,000. Now, you're not gonna, if you go ahead and offer a $5,000 offer to a potential client that just told you that they have like a $1,000 budget, then chances are they're not going to buy it, right? So by using the information that you have in Google Sheets, you're able to personalize the experience and offer them one offer that fits their budget, right? So we can really go really crazy with the type of experience personalization you can do with the combination of ManyChat with Google Sheets. Now, the fourth one is create NLP chatbot for support. Now, one thing I learned is that there are 3 pillars in business. One is promotion, second one is to make sales, and the third one is support, right? So NLP chatbots are the best chatbots that you can use like for support. And by support, I mean something like FAQ. So if you have like a knowledge base, like FAQ, like you can have this stored on Google Sheets, and then you go ahead and use that to upload it into your chatbot. And then whenever like you have a user in your bot like asking some questions, then you will be able to pull the answer from the Google Sheet and provide it to the actual subscriber, right? So this is something you could do easily with the Google Sheets. There are other options, but Google Sheets can definitely help you with that. Now, the last one is to update chatbot content without even opening ManyChat. When I learned that, I thought like, wow, this is crazy, right? So when I say like update the content, so it could be like text, it could be images, video, or audio, right? So one thing that could happen is like, let's say you have like a complex bot, right? A very complex bot with a lot of media in there, like images and videos and stuff like that. And then you deliver this bot to your client, and then your client wants to make some changes in the bot, and then they do something wrong, and then they break the connection. Now you're gonna have to spend a lot of time to troubleshoot this, find out exactly where it's broken. You might spend hours trying to figure this out, right? Now, one thing you can do is with a Google Sheet, you can have all of your content, all of your media content in the Google Sheet, and the chatbot will be able to pull all that data from the Google Sheet. So you don't have to go inside the ManyChat to actually make changes. If you want to make an update, you just go into the Google Sheet, make the update, ManyChat picks it up, and then everything is automatically updated, right? So these are 5 use cases that I wanted to talk about like in this video. Now, to end it, let me go ahead and show you how the integration is done, because this is the object of this video, right? So let me go ahead and share my ManyChat screen. And this is actually pretty simple. So basically inside the ManyChat account, you just go to settings, and then you go to extensions and then integrations. If you scroll all the way up, you're gonna see Google Sheets, right? So right now I'm already connected to my Google Sheet, but if I want to demonstrate how it's done, you just click, I'm going to disconnect it, right? And then what's gonna happen is gonna ask me to connect. So what you do is you just click on connect Google Sheets account. And I'm gonna have the list of all of my Gmail accounts. So I have like a business Gmail account here. Just click on that, and it's going to tell me that, first of all, this will allow ManyChat to see and download all of your Google Drive files in there, right? And it's gonna see, edit, create, and delete all of your Google Sheets spreadsheet also, right? So this is what we want, because we want to be able to allow ManyChat to send data to our Google Sheets and retrieve data as well, right? So we're just gonna click allow, and it's going to come up with a new screen where it's going to say that my account has been connected, right? So again, this, a 7-year-old can do it. If I take my son is 7, I'll tell him, Alex, just integrate this. He's gonna click boom, boom, cloud, and click allow, and connect it to ManyChat, right? So this part is easy. It's the actual use case. It's a use case. It's what you can do with this integration that's important, and that people are charging hundreds of dollars to do, right? Hope you got some value from this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.